All right. Let's see if this works. Guys, please write in the chat if this works. I think so. I can see it on my phone. All right. Damn, there's such a lag. Anyways, all right, so I got a new setup. It's the first time I'm testing it, so I have no clue like how well it works, how badly it works. But let's see. It seems to be working pretty normal. So yeah, let's get straight into it. All right, let's see. There we go. You should be able to see my screen. Worst case, you can tell me and I'll restart it. Anyways, I got my chat, I got the trading view screen, and I think we can start with what I was talking about for this potential new long trade that we have here coming up. And wow, guys, I can literally see it on my phone that you guys are so far behind. But anyways, yeah, I did take a long trade. It's a bit early, to be honest. The best thing, as I've said, is to wait. Actually, I'll just explain it now. So, as I was talking about, we had this lower liquidity here. And what I wanted to see was pretty much for Bitcoin to trade in a range, as we have range high right here, which was clearly taken by an SFP. You could have had the short trade here. Unfortunately, I did not take it. I was saying that I was waiting for the change in market structure. And by the way, after we changed market structure, we did actually have a bounce. So right here, where you could have looked for an entry, because I was saying like, I'm gonna wait, if anything, for a short trade. I want to wait for this low to be broken and then look for a bounce and then a short trade. And as you can see from here, we had maybe even here. No, that wouldn't have worked, almost. But anyways, we had we had the break in market structure. We had the low bounce back into the point of control. This could have been your hedge short. Obviously, stop loss would not have been great. But for example, you could have put it above this high, because as you know, well, as the people that actually do my mentorship know, that if we are to reclaim this value area high, we can expect a higher move. So that could have been the invalidation. I did kind of talk through this one in the last stream. But yeah, anyways, no need to look at missed trades. So now what I'm more interested in, no, I didn't take the short trade myself. I had also mentioned the short trade here on Ethereum. I also didn't take this one, but this one was even better, because I was once again saying, wait for the market structure change here. We had a big drop, and I actually said that it was more likely to bounce either off this anchor VWAP or this point of control and anchor VWAP. And from there, we did have the bounce indeed for the retest. I had given this exact retest right here, and I had said that in this case, you would have had a nice setup. Once again, I didn't take this myself, but this could have been the setup to go short, and indeed already would be printing. Anyways, back to Bitcoin. I think it's good that we go and take this low right here. I would like to see that during the market open, since it's 337. Yeah, so it would be nice to have another move down. I'm gonna check order flow. You guys are not gonna be able to see it whilst I check it, but I'm gonna check it myself and let you know. Anyways, whilst this loads, yeah, I would love to see a little bit more of a move down. On the 4 hours, we are still good on this candle. We have an hour and a half to close back above right here. So it would be nice to go a little bit deeper, clean all of this out, and then go back in, get the shorts stuck, and then we can, look for that long trade. So as I had said in the Discord, there's two things that you can do. I was saying either you wait for the reclaim. Well, either you're already long from the aggressive long trade, and you should already have a position from, like, let's say anywhere between 90.7 and 90.4, or maybe you just entered now, I don't know. But if you want to be more cautious, I have SL at 89400. Would like to, okay. I mean, once again, as I was saying, you can be aggressive and set a stop loss, and then monitor price action right now. Or simply, I think the best thing would be to wait for this price to come back above this level right here, 990,700. As you can see, we tested it once, we almost tested it twice. We just can't get above it, and that's normal. It's the anchor VWAP. But the thing is, if we can get back above this, then this long trade is not looking good, because we clearly would have flipped this from support into resistance. And honestly, if we don't hold this level right here, then I would expect a move down to 87, I would say. And I think it can get here pretty quickly, right here. There's no support whatsoever right here. Just like price can go up this fast, price can come down just as fast. So it's important that you manage your position properly here. And for example, if we are to lose, I would say already like 89.6, this would be the hard invalidation in my opinion. Like you lose this, I think we go back down to 87. So yeah, if you want to be safe, there you go. That would be nice. If we get a move down now, get some short stuck and move back up, then I might add on to my position. Order flow is not looking great, to be honest. We did have some really, like a lot of short trades on the previous move, but now it's not looking best. But yeah, even these lows, if we can take them, would be nice. Quick move down below 90,000, take out the psychological level, and then move back above. But for now, to be honest, it's not looking the best. So yeah, once again, if you want to be safe, wait for price to just chill here a little bit, come back in, retest. On this retest, you can take your long trade with the stop loss wherever the wick was, and we can target the highs once again. Of course, we got to keep in mind that we lost this value area low right here, and so we have to keep a scenario in mind where we could bounce, retest, and go back down. So that's important to keep in mind, I would say. But of course, if we start reclaiming this again, we can expect to move up to 93,000. And if we flip this, then, you know, we can move up to that 96,000 target that I have been now giving for a while. But yeah, so far, not great, but it's normal. It's market open. It's been 10 minutes since market open. Honestly, stock market is looking strong. So probably next target is going to be here. We'll see how it reacts there. If not, stock market looks good for all-time high, to be honest. And that would be nice. Perhaps we can have a little push on Bitcoin. Unless, am I tripping? No, yeah. Yeah, stock market looks pretty good for all-time high. I mean, check a reaction right here. Check the reaction right here, but looks fine to me. And hopefully, if the stock market can keep pushing, Bitcoin can have that reversal that we want to see. Even though lately I've noticed that Bitcoin is not having the best correlation with the stock market anymore. But anyways, if this is the low during New York, that would be really nice. We have a nice wick. On the 4 hours, it would look really, really good. But once again, we have about 1 hour to get above here. But yeah, so for now, no need to close the position, in my opinion. Obviously, you're free to do whatever you want. Order flow, we had some short trades, but nothing crazy. But we did take out 90,000 psychological, 89,800. Yeah, this could be good. Let's just see how price reacts. But as you can see, I actually have still my long trade. And then on another account, I opened another long, which I'm currently losing. Yeah, I'm down like 1K, but doesn't matter. I mean, if this plays out, this will pay really well. And just to do a live trade right now, I'm just gonna add 0.1 Bitcoin for the fucks of it, just to be able to say that we traded live. So let's add here 2.2 Bitcoin long. It's about 200K. let's see if this plays out. As you can see, my stop loss is very wide because I don't really care. I just want to see the reaction. But yeah, let's reclaim this, and I think this can run. I mean, my entry, it was very aggressive, as I had said on the Discord, was pretty high at 90,600. I traded basically not the first touch, but once we reclaimed the first time, got faked out, but it is what it is. Doesn't matter because on my other account right here, I have these positions where I already took like 10,000, yeah, still like over $20,000 in profit. So even if I take a $2,000 loss on this account, I don't really care that much. So yeah, let's see. I think it can be good. We can check the TPO as well on the CME. And you know, in trading, you have to risk money to make money. We might take a loss, and that's fine. Okay, I really like this too, actually. We have this single print. We might go a little bit more down, bounce off of this single print right here. This was the area I was interested in. Yeah, this didn't look good. It was pretty obvious that we were going to take this again. To be honest, I didn't check this. I should have. Big fan here. I'm saving 101 so I can sign off, start trading with you. Awesome. Great to see it. Can I ask you put the anchor VWAP? Yeah, my anchor VWAP, I have one from this low, and I have another one from this other low. Okay, nice. Now we're having a nice reaction on Bitcoin. I really like this, actually. But again, if you want to be safe, wait for the reclaim. But yeah, I mean, this is going to update, and it's going to look really good on this blue. We'll probably see this in about 1 hour, but it's going to have a low like this, probably down to here. I don't think we reached this, but whatever. And so if we can get this and stay above here, even on the CME, it would look nice. Then I really think we can for sure move up to the 92.1. And then we need to see from there. But yeah, this is starting to look really good in my opinion. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but because, you know, we're it's still weak a little bit. We do need to see that reclaim. But let's see. So in the meantime, guys, if you want to give me some charts to analyze, I'll be happy to look at that. But yeah, let's see. Honestly, during this whole New York session, I would love to see a low put in. Even if we go a little bit more down, I don't mind. But yeah, let's see what happens. I'm gonna check order flow for you guys. Yeah, as I said, we have some, actually, you know what? I will open order flow that I have right here. No, it's not this one. This one. Right, so we can use this. I'm gonna show you. We have open interest right here. So on this move down right here, we can see we had right here, this is open interest going up, and these are shorts opening. 15 million shorts opening right here. Then once again here, I don't know why. I think this is kind of wrong, or maybe my Exo chart is wrong, but it seems like, okay, no, according to TradingView, we have another 14 million shorts stuck right here. So if this is true, and I'll repeat it once again, it's different on my Exo charts. So I honestly don't know which one to believe. TradingView is typically very accurate. But anyways, if we are to start getting above, you know, these levels, so the one I was saying, 90,800, if we see something like this, I really think this is going to run pretty quickly. There's going to be a lot of shorts to liquidate. I mean, look at this right here. As I was saying, 13 million shorts on this big open interest gap up. And then once again here, 16 million shorts, which again, I'm not 100% sure this is true. But yeah, if we start reclaiming these levels, I really think we're going to see a pump. So I don't mind staying in this position for now. And if I gotta take a $2,000, $3,000 loss, it is what it is. It won't kill me. Let's see the chat. Do you still trade NQ and ES? No, I don't. I don't trade it, unfortunately, because of more of a mental thing. When I was trading ES, let's pull this out. I actually have my templates as well. Let's see. I have so many layouts. I don't even... ES trading. This was my template for trading ES. I mean, look, honestly, some of these trades are so easy. Like, this could have easily been a long trade on ES that would have printed off of a simple SFP. This is not even using like fair value gaps and shit. Actually, this is even into a fair value gap right here. But yeah, I don't use this anymore, to be honest. I had like a really nice strategy, which was working, but more of a mental thing. I didn't like it because I would get so obsessed over it. And then I would go to sleep. I would start dreaming of candlesticks and charts and shit. And I don't want to like be like that, you know? I want to be a little bit more chill in my head. So yeah, I stopped trading ES. But it was nice. It's really fun. I think to get some experience is good to trade it. But honestly, right now, I wouldn't even know where to start. I would have to do... I mean, I do, but I would have to do a more in-depth analysis. Also, this is kind of like shit price action. But yeah, I mean, I don't trade it anymore. It's whatever. S-Fund chart. I thought you used Exo charts. I do. It's just I don't want to do the whole thing of sharing the screen because I'm testing a new platform to stream, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting on the Exo chart, like to start sharing my screen and shit. So yeah. For now, I just showed you the template I have here, which is still good. I just need to figure out which one is correct, because also if TradingView is correct, I mean, I'm gonna check again on Exo chart because I was on a lower time frame. So on the 15 minutes, yeah, according to Exo, now according to Exo, there was no 15 million shorts opening, and honestly, according to price action at the moment, it seems more accurate too. But let's see. Which indicator shows the number of shorts or longs opening above open interest? I just bought TradingView Premium with Black Friday deal. No, for me, it wasn't even stressful, by the way, to trade ES. It's just that I don't even have like an addicting personality or anything. It's just, I don't know. I would just dream about it. I would think about it too much. Whereas like with swing trading, you know, you open your position, you leave it there, it's whatever. It still stresses you out, but to be constantly on the chart. Also, I don't like that. Like, I don't like to be seated on my desk the whole day trading, you know? I don't want to do that. Love to see an analysis on a naked chart. Sure, give me whatever chart and I'll analyze it for you. Let's keep this here, though. Yeah, but to be honest, the more time we spend under the anchor VWAP, the weaker it is. Sometimes I fucking get stuck on my accent. But yeah, as I said, I'm going to give this 1 more hour. The 4-hour close, if it closes below, I'm going to be out of this trade. That's typically what I look at, by the way. 4 hours and daily. I mean, on the daily, we're technically above it, but I mean, I'm not going to be in this trade for the next 9 hours. So yeah, I'm going to be looking at the 4 hours. I think this is the most powerful one. Obviously, if you're looking for a lower time frame entry, 30 minutes, you know, initially we had a nice reaction, but then we lost it and we back tested it. So that's not great. But yeah, so this is to be a little bit more aggressive. And also typically what I teach in my mentorship, I'm going to give you a little bit of a golden nugget. I would teach that wait for the level to be broken. Almost always this level, like it never holds up to the dollar. So always wait for a trade below and basically wait for a fake out. Once you have the fake out, once you're back above the level that interests you, then right here you take the long trade. Also, another thing you can do, you can go down to the 5 minutes. You can wait for example, the touch of your level, which in this case for us was 90,600, let's say. You see it touched. You can go on a lower time frame, such as the 5 minutes. And this is the difference between an aggressive long trade and a more chill long trade. So to be more chill, for example, you can wait for a 5-minute market structure change. As you can see here, there was no market structure change. It was just bearish, lower highs and lower lows, right? But if, for example, right here, after tapping the level, you wait for something like this, right? Where you put in a higher low and a higher high, then you can look for an entry right here. Of course, when you're aggressive, you can get much better entries. Like for example, my average price right now, it's 90,600. If I were to wait for this, then most likely I would have an entry which is much higher. So about 91,000 to 91,300. So yeah, I mean, it's two different styles. This is more risky, but it can also pay off better. This is more safe, and but you have a higher shitty entry. So it's two different styles. No, I never got funded. I mean, I'm trading with quite a lot of funds. That's not high, but I mean, I'm trading with almost $500,000, so I don't need the funding. I don't care to pay like for. I mean, it can be nice because if you start, losing money, you don't lose your own money. But I mean, I'm pretty profitable, so I don't mind trading with my own cash. And yeah. News? Do we have news today? I didn't even check, to be honest. Would love to see an analysis. All right, let's do an analysis on Sandbox, even though it's probably going to be a pretty bad token. Let's see. Also, wait, let me check your questions. You open a trade, I have stop loss, but no other charts do. But none of the other charts do. Sorry, I don't know what you're saying there. I probably missed it. I said something at the time, but I don't know what you're referring to right now. What are your thoughts on alt season? So this is interesting. I've done various videos on this in the past, and I actually warned a lot of people about this, and we were able to get a really nice move on certain altcoins. I was probably the only one saying that to see a big move at the time when still like alts were doing shit. I mean, they're doing shit right now, but when Ethereum was at 1,500, if you don't believe me, go back on my Instagram, go check out my reels. So yeah, when Ethereum was at 1,500 and basically this was happening, right? This whole downtrend. I was saying, whilst everybody was screaming alt season, I was saying that the only way to see a push in the altcoins was to look at Ethereum to Bitcoin. This is a super important chart you want to be looking at. And that we 100% needed to reclaim this monthly level. And actually from there, you can see we tested it once, twice, 3 times, big rejection. And then we went again, rejection, flip. And on this move up between this monthly and this whole thing right here, which was Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin by 70%. That's when we saw Ethereum going to almost 5,000, Solana going to 300. And I was able to make quite a lot of cash off of this. There are some videos where I made like $60,000 off of just Ethereum. I made more money on Solana and AVAX, for example. Let's see, look, like AVAX, I think this is when we traded from, I think it was this, from 8 to, no, sorry, from 17 to, no, once again, my bad. It was from here. It was from 15 to 35, for example. I even called a short trade actually right here, which was amazing. At $35, which I didn't hold. I held it till like 28. Yeah, right here. Then I closed it and we have a massive downfall. But anyways, yeah, so basically, I think there is a chance. I don't think we're going to see the same alt season. But for example, where am I going to be looking at to add some alts and to get into some long trades? I mean, I'm already into like Solana, I'm holding Ethereum spot or whatever. But at the moment, I want to see one more move down, which would be nice to get a lot of people bearish. And if we can see something like this, that's where we can trade altcoins. And that's where I think Ethereum can perhaps move back up to 4,000, 5,000. Because I would expect Ethereum to start outperforming Bitcoin by 60 to 70%. So if we can see this move, I think we can see a really nice move on Ethereum and altcoins, which is pretty much the same thing that happened here, right? We pretty much had this to here, once again, 70%. That's where we saw Bitcoin chilling and alts moving up. So yeah, this is definitely what you want to be looking at. And I mean, we could bounce here. We did hit the point of control. But I would love to see another, for example, what would be perfect here? Simple SFP of these lows, tapping the weekly, tapping the anchor VWAP. We don't typically front run these levels. And then we can see that move up. So yeah, if we see this, I'm going to be loading up on Ethereum. I'm going to be looking for some long trades on altcoins. These are awesome, Fed. You should keep doing these. Thank you. I will. I'll try to do them almost every day when I can. I saw Binance BTC USD chart and it has a huge candle that filled the weekly FVG. I don't trade fair value gaps on crypto, but there's a lot of wash trading on Binance. Also, make sure that if you're trading on Binance, you look at the futures contract. So you want to be looking, not probably, I'm guessing, unless someone told you not to, or unless you know yourself, that you're looking at the spot graph. You don't want to be looking at that. You should be looking at this one, BTC USDT, Binance futures. I don't look at Binance, I look at Bybit. And once again, I look at the USDT.P, which is the perpetual contract. And this is what you want to be looking at because everybody's trading futures. No one is really trading spot. So if you want to be trading, look at the futures one. Also, we are having a little bit of a nice bounce, but not enough yet. No. Nope. Oh, by the way, this is another trading bot that I have, which trades altcoins. At the moment, it has losing positions, but this is a really, look how often it trades. This is just Bitcoin. Let's see how many times it traded Dodge. Not many, but I can show you how this is doing. This is doing really well. Fortunately, the other bot I took a pretty hard hit on. No, I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, this is up like $8,000. I put, no, sorry, $5,000. I put 35,000. Let's see if I can do it from here. Can you see this? Yeah, you can. Right, so this trading bot is really good. It takes some time, but yeah, 60 days it's up 4,700. Last 90 days it's up $8,000 because it was in drawdown at one point. Oh, look at Bitcoin back above 90,600. But yeah, anyways, I didn't release this trading bot to anyone. I released the other lower risk, which, as again, took a 30% hit. I lost myself 50,000 on it, but it's whatever. Anyways, let's go back to our position because I think it's now in profit. Yeah, BTC is moving nicely. We should be back in profit. What is this? I guess I took a loss on this a couple months ago. All right, we're now back in profit on this position. This is looking better, as I was saying. For the people who want to be more chill, you could have taken the position, as I said, on the reclaim of 90,700, and you would have had, what did I say, by the way, that I'm guessing some news maybe came out. But yeah, if you want to wait for, if you wanted to wait for the reclaim, that was the level. And now, for example, we can put the stop loss wherever we got the wick. We can check the TPO. TPO, as I was saying. See what I was saying? Exactly. Exactly what I was saying before it happened. One sec. Let me delete this shit so you can see it properly. Let's get rid of these candles too. So in a bit, we're going to see a second square. We're going to have excess here, which shows a good low. Would have been really nice to go and take this. This is kind of like a fair value gap. But yeah, let's see if we can maintain this little nice pump. What are we up now? Look, so I was down 1K, now I'm up 1K. I'm going to let this run, I think. That's nice to see live. And now I can move off my stop loss because the low is put in. And if we can stay above this, it's going to be really, really nice. And I think I can make quite a bit of cash off of this. So yeah, there you have it. Little nice trade live. Yeah, this is the trade. I mean, I'm already 1 Bitcoin long, so I could even take some off. Look, and this is exactly what I said. Like, get above this and we can start running pretty quickly. Now we got to see the reaction at 191.6. We can put a little alert right here. But yeah, I think, let me see how much I would lose if I put my stop loss right below the low. Right, I would lose 2,000. I don't want to lose 2,000. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some profit here because this is a nice reaction. Let's take market. I'm going to take 50% off, or I'm going to take 1 Bitcoin off. All right, perfect. So now I got $6,000, which is locked in at 380. Perfect. Look at that big run. This is exactly what I was talking about, guys. And watch, we're going to probably find some rejection here. So we just made 1.5K like that. I mean, obviously I risked more money, of course. I don't expect you to be trading with this type of size. That was $200,000 long. But anyways, now I got 1 more Bitcoin, which is in profit. I'm going to put the stop loss right below the low because I don't want to go and see that low again. Why would we go see it? There's no need. And so I took 600 realized. Now if I hit stop loss, I only lose $300. Who gives a shit? For me, at least. I don't care about $300. I am in an optimal position where I have $100,000 long. I already pretty much put my position to break even. If it goes back down to the low, great. I lose 300. Isn't that great? But if we keep on pushing to, for example, a new high. No, I don't want a trailing stop loss. If we keep on pushing to the new high, we are gonna go to $4,000 plus the 600 we already took. Like, yeah, $4,500 of profit. And we're risking we're managing everything perfectly. Also, I did this at market. It probably charged me so many fees. Let's see. No, I don't care about that. I want to see my fees. Okay, it doesn't show me. But anyways, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this little analysis. We also do have the change in market structure. So what would be nice now? I might take another trade, and I don't typically do this, but I'll do it just because we're live. Right now, what we can look at is for a retest after changing the market structure here, right? On the 5 minutes, we can look for an entry like this, something like this. Once again, remember that we might reject here. So yeah, if you want to scalp, you know, you sell now like I did, you wait to add position like here, or for example, just on a retest of here. And you look to take profit once again here. Maybe we have a rejection, you add again, and you look for higher. At one point, you're going to be stopped out because, of course, you can't get everything right. But yeah. So yeah, let's see what happens now. That was a nice pump. I hope it was not a scam pump from some news. I would love it if you guys could tell me because I'm not up to date. But I mean, for now, it's looking fine. And exactly what I wanted to see. Also, what did I tell you? 4 hours is king. On the 4 hours, this still looks amazing. What do we have? Yeah, this looks great. On the 4 hours, this is so bullish. We just need to wait for the close. Because yeah, you would like to see these wicks, and you like to see the body of the candle close back above. So as long as we close on above 90,780, it's gonna be great. What's market doing? Another push up. All right. So yeah, let's see. I mean, it honestly didn't really make sense for Bitcoin to keep dropping with the stock market literally pushing. So that was another little clue. But anyways, we took profit pretty well, I would say, right now. If this was a sculpture, let's see where we took it. Boom. See, honestly, like, guys, how do I do this every time? Buying the lows, selling the top, every single time. If you go look at my charts, like, literally, I always have Bs at the bottom, sells at the tops. It's just natural. Trading order fill for beginners? No, you don't need that. It's a bit more advanced. But yeah, let's see my other. What did I start with this account? Oh yeah, I put what, 20,000? I'm already up 1K. And I did this so that my other entry right here wouldn't get ruined. But yeah, I'm still in this. I'm not touching this. I'm just thinking technically what I could do right here to save my profit. I could put my stop loss like a bit higher. I don't know if I want to do that, but I could. I don't know. For now, I'm not. But I'll see. I might close my trade here, to be honest, because once again, like, we put in the low. It's gonna be a weekend. If we don't hold here, I'm gonna wait for the 4 hours, as I was mentioning. But yeah. So yeah, once again, if we want to see this move up to 93,000, and that's where we'll make some nice cash, we want to see a reclaim of this value area low, which at the moment we even kind of had a retest. But yeah, reclaim this, I think we'll go to 93. But once again, first step is staying above this. Already on the 30 minutes. So within 18 minutes, you can see the candle closes in 18 minutes right here. We definitely need to stay above here. Otherwise, this is going to look really bearish. It's just going to be another test and a fake out. So definitely want to stay above this level. So monitor for that. Admire your work. Thank you very much. No, I was never stopped out on Bitcoin. I showed you my position. Both this one and my other account. I was never stopped out. I had my stop loss. I showed everyone my stop loss. Oh, what the fuck? My stop loss was like here. No, it was even lower. 89,200. I mean, it wasn't really a stop loss. I wasn't using it as a stop loss. I was just keeping it wide. Typically, I wouldn't even trade with stop losses, to be honest, because I like to see the candles, and I'll just close in case we have like some bearish signs. But there was nothing bearish here, as I was saying. Like, the only bearish thing was the retest of this, but as I said, like, it's New York, it's pretty normal. Typically, that's where we want to see the low, so I was gonna wait for that. But yeah, let's see what happens here. As I said, we'd love to see the retest and go, but I mean, I'm not a market maker. High risk bot performed really well. That's what I was showing before. High risk bot is this one, and it performed very, very well. P&L, trading performance. Those are the last 90 days. $9,000 of profit. From my initial investment, it's only $5,000 of profit, because if you look at this, initially I went into drawdown of about 5,000, but from there we made it all back. It depends a lot on the volatility, so that's why. Yeah, I am Italian, but I live in Dubai and Madrid. Mostly Madrid and Paris and Geneva. Anyways, yeah, this is looking good. Really good. Anyways, now we can go and analyze some clean charts for you. So you can drop that in the chat. In the meantime, I will go. Someone had requested something. S Fund. Oh, I know S Fund. S Fund. This one doesn't have futures, so we gotta go on the spot. Oh my god, this is terrible. What the fuck is this? This is a terrible chart. I would definitely not trade this. I mean, again, as I was saying yesterday, you can trade this, but trade a short. Definitely don't buy this. I mean, we did have like a fill of the wick. This could have been your only long trade. Right here. Something like this. This would have been good. Oh, nope. What the fuck is going on? This could have been your only good trade right here. Anyways, this is terrible. I'm not even gonna look at this. But yeah, for the rest, just keep shorting this, to be honest. I mean, there's literally no signs of strength whatsoever. Yeah, definitely one of the coins to short. Someone had asked for, let me see the chat, S Fund. Anyways, I'll find a token where I don't have an analysis for a while. The thing is, okay, you know what? I like hype as a token. I think this is one of the ones that can perform. I've made a lot of money on this. I've sent some really good trades in the past. I'll do this one and then I'll go because I have to go. But let's see. We can start this from 0. So you can see how I analyze. All right, monthly. Monthly, we have, go right here. Monthly. By the way, guys, tell me if when during these lives you prefer some background music or something, or you'd rather just be locked in and concentrated. We have a weekly right here. Weekly. If this closes, we have another weekly there. We have a weekly here, but it's just too low. Okay, look at that, by the way. As I said, ES taking the highs. Yeah, I really think stock market is gonna make a new high, like new all-time high. Also this, I don't know why Bitcoin lags so much behind. But yeah, we're at these highs right now. If we have a bearish reaction right here, so we go above and trade back below, then you'll see a reversal on the stock market. So we'll probably do something like this. If instead we stay above this, we're probably gonna go here first. And then, yeah, gotta see if we reclaim that. And as I said, you can expect new all-time high. But do monitor it, because if we drop here on the stock market, I mean, again, there's not much correlation anymore, but it won't help with Bitcoin. So I'm gonna put an alert here, and I'll see what to do with this if the stock market starts having a full reversal. Also, I wanted to show you Solana, because I was waiting. This is very similar to Bitcoin. You can have another long setup on Solana, something like this, but you need to wait. Oh my god, this is so messy. Hold on. All right, you need to wait for a reclaim once again of 137. So close it back above 137, for example. Even on the 4 hours, if we close back above, this is nice. If not, I would expect Solana to possibly move back down to even 124. At 124, we would have a really nice trade. Actually, no, sorry. These are already tapped. At that point, no. If we go back down to here, I think we take new lows. Perhaps back down to here. But yeah, we definitely want to be holding this for Solana. If not, I'm going to close my position. What is this? Oh, this is the trading bot. I'm going to close this position I have for about $5,000. But yeah, so important to keep that level up if we want to see continuation. I'm in a short from 115 and a long from 85K. I'm positioned long with my capital overall. would you say it's smart to take more profit on my long at 115, or should I keep it open still as a hedge? I would keep it open for now. Where am I? There we go. I would keep it open for now, and then if you start seeing some weakness, so as I said, like losing this low, then I would start closing perhaps and taking some profit. But for now, no need. Anyways, back to hype. Another weekly here. Daily. This is already tapped. All tapped, all tapped. All of these are tapped. Tapped, tapped. This is too low. Right. It's not great on hype, to be honest. Also, with all the competition there is from Aster, I don't know. Anyways, let's see what we have. You can take a scalp already here, I can see. Yeah, you can scalp this. Something like this. One to two. Would have been much nicer if we... Oh, never mind, we didn't touch the daily. Okay, maybe I would scalp this if we have another touch. So if we do something like this, then you can take the long. And you would have a better entry off of the daily level. Targeting this. Wait for the wick. Go back above. And instead of having 1 to 2, you would have a 1 to 4 now. So that could have been nice. You could take it now, to be honest, and expect to move to 33, but it's not worth the risk, in my opinion. Anyways, that's the scalp. If you guys hear someone snoring, it's my dog. And then for a short, I'm gonna have to look at this higher time frame. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's nice. All right, for sure, very unlikely we move up to here for now, very unrealistic, but we can look for a short at 45. Also for a short at 38, if we get one. Yeah, I would say, if I had to make a very speculative plan. What is it? Ooh, you know what would be even better? Let me see here. Okay, that's nice. I mean, this is finished business. We don't need to go back below this. So honestly, I'm really liking this. I feel like I'm missing out a little bit, actually. Like, maybe I would buy spot if I had to. Let's see. This is tough, but I would, because we didn't even change market structure. Let's see. We can try to swing this. You could go for something like this. But again, not a great risk to reward. That's why I don't like it. So unless this is the low that we put in right here and you want to go more risky like this and have a 1 to 8 and then get this into a short trade. So you would have a long into short. This could even, depends what happens with Bitcoin. But, you know, something like this would be cool. This is obviously going to move down by the time we get there. Opponent control. This could be cool. And if we move up here, then we can look for another short trade here. But in that case, I would expect this to get a lower move to then move back up, because there would be so much strength at that point. But this looks nice. Something like this would be really nice. Again, I would not really, I mean, honestly, I would take it. Maybe I would wait for a reclaim of this. So a reclaim of 32. So either you can be aggressive. I'm gonna give you three options. And keep in mind, this is risky. So I'm not saying you should do this. You can take the trade now, put the stop loss at about 330, 30.8. So right here. And you can take profit at 33, at 35, and then final take profit at 38, right? So you would have a nice plan like that. Let me just delete this real quick. So yeah, that's option number one. Option number two is you go lower. Where's my tools? You put your stop loss wider below this low, just in case we go once again to tap this daily and stuff. And you still target 38. That's still a 1 to 3. That's doable. It's not bad. And option number three is you wait for that other move down. If it doesn't happen, you miss the trade, and then you get your entry once you reclaim, and then you have a trade like this. So yeah, there's three options, but this looks good. But I would be much more interested in the short trade. So I'm gonna set an alert here. I'm not gonna take the long trade now. I'm only gonna take this long trade if we have another move. If Bitcoin keeps pushing, I think it's unlikely we have another move, but yeah, it's part of trading. And then 100% I'll be looking at this, because for example, if Bitcoin moves to 96,000, this is 96, 97, I'm guessing hype is going to be around this area, perhaps, because that would be almost 10%. It's not unreasonable to think that if Bitcoin moves 10%, that this can move 20%, right? About twice as much. So yeah, I like this short trade at 38. I'll be looking at that. And then obviously the stop loss will depend on wherever price action goes. But yeah, I really like this. Ethereum, I'm sad that I missed the long trade, but I still think that we can push a little bit higher. Sorry, the short trade. Still think we can push a little bit higher, and we can make a new high, and then we can have the reversal. So yeah, anyways, this is what I'm looking at. These are my next trades. Mainly interested in shorts, as you know. Bitcoin, I'm interested in this. This is my massive short area. And hopefully by then, I'll be still in these long trades that I took, right? So I'll have these long trades, and I will be making so much bank. I mean, on that one, I would be making like 5,000. On the other one, I will be making another 5,000. So I will have the confidence to risk even, I don't know, $2,000, $3,000 here to possibly take this all the way back down to lower targets. So yeah, that's my plan. I hope everything's clear. And I'm gonna have to leave you guys now. So goodbye, and I'll see you possibly tomorrow.